seems that there is this weird back and forth where we're trying to be painted because we're trying to add the nuance of both forms of imperialism to this discussion, and how it is a shit show with so many of these places.
Dude, you're delusional. You're delusional. You don't understand what the heck is Russia. You don't understand it. You're comparing fucking oranges and not apples, fucking cactuses. I don't know what the fuck are you comparing. This is.
So I think one of the things that I want to point out is that both Non-Smoker and I believe, and maybe on this stuff, I don't remember, in the very beginning talked about this idea, the inability to have this conversation without being painted as a Russian apologist, as pro-Russian. You see that in the comments. And you're seeing it a little bit here in this discussion, even if it's
Brianna said it.
You can see it.
Yeah, I did.
Well, Brianna's, whatever. All right. And I brought up this idea of strategic empathy is something that's really fucking important to actually understand these, right? The commies here might prefer some, historical materialism, but nevertheless, when we talk about shock therapy, when we talk about the IMF and the West coming in and consolidating power with criminals and gangsters to where 7 people own 58% of the Russian economy, and that's the West. When we say, when James Baker says to Gorbachev, quote, "It is important for the Soviet Union and other European countries to have guarantees that if the United States maintains its presence in Germany within the framework of NATO, there will be no extension of NATO's jurisdiction or military presence by a single inch in the eastern direction." When the Russian ambassador, now head of the CIA, William Burns, says that NATO involvement in Ukraine is Russia's brightest of all red lines, and then we say, but you guys bring that up, what about Russian imperialism? It seems that there is this weird back and forth where we're trying to be painted because we're trying to add the nuance of both forms of imperialism to this discussion, and how it is a shit show with so many things. We talk about corruption. It's like, okay, but the corruption is a problem. It's like, well, yeah, it's a big fucking problem. We still haven't talked about the human rights violation that was done against people in Crimea by Ukraine, blocking up their water, right? We can talk about
after annexation,
Ukrainian revolution,
after invasion, not before.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sure we'll gather up all the leftists in the fucking room in the audience, and we'll ask them, when Israel cuts off water to the fucking Hamas, how fucking happy they are at Israel. It's okay when Ukraine does it, but I guarantee you their opinion will switch when another fucking country that they don't like does it. And again, over and over and over again, we are not saying that Russia are the fucking good guys. What we are saying is that Western involvement, as you explicitly stated, is designed to gain power and to gain money and to liberalize under its own corporate structures. There's a reason BlackRock is giving funds to Ukraine to build after the war is complete, because they've made a bet that the West will do everything it can to defend democracy, and then just like fucking we did with Russia, we'll do with Ukraine. We'll bend you over the fucking ass with loans that fuck you and that allow corporations to control you Russia, until you can be our puppet instead of the Russian puppet. The real fact is,
we prefer it. If that's our option, I prefer it. Sorry.
The southeastern areas of Ukraine, we have unconstitutional. We have unconstitutional votes of these places.
Dude, you're delusional. You're delusional. You don't understand what the heck is Russia. You don't understand it. You're comparing fucking oranges and not apples, fucking cactuses. I don't know what the fuck are you comparing. I understand that America is not a fucking benevolent, nice guy. It's obvious. It's fucking obvious. We are fucking post-Soviet people. We don't hold America in some kind of holy grail, whatever the fuck you think we do. Of course, it has its interests. Of course, those interests are what they care about, not fucking Ukraine. It's politics. We understand it. The only thing you don't understand, supposedly, I'm not sure, but maybe, is the fact that our interests are lies right now. For us, Russia is fucking worse. Do you understand that? It's very simple. We are weak.
So your argument is that you'll choose. Your argument is that you'll choose, in your opinion, the lesser of two evils, and you'll sacrifice as many lives as it takes to win the lesser of two evils instead of fighting for peace.
What?
Tell me this,
wait,
my friend Scott. Tell me this. Will you, America, take away? Will they kill me? Will they take? I'm on the Russian list, by the way. Will they kill me? Will they kill my relatives? Will they forbid me speaking Ukrainian language? Will they forbid me listening to my music, to hymns, to speak with my friends? Will they prohibit me
Ukraine
from
didn't have language
any
laws?
of that?
Well, I don't know. The Ukrainian government, that's
Excuse
a puppet
me?
government, might
Ban
just
opposition
reinstate language
political
laws.
parties.
Okay, no, she is asking directly, Fabian, Scott. She's asking directly,
What?
right? Will
Will
America,
an American
if the
agent
West
specifically
wins,
kill you?
will the West engage
Will
in
they
the same
prohibit my
types of
culture?
crimes against Ukraine that the Russians are doing?
Will they put us in mass graves? Will they rape my friends as Russians did? Will they do any of that? Tell me.
Well, I mean, if we go to war, they might. We do a lot of
Will
fucked
they?
up things
Will
when we go to war.
Well, last
You're at
time,
war with
one
Russia.
last time they did.
The Joe Biden
Yeah,
invasion
when
of
last
Crimea
fucking-
soon.
Yeah, Joe Biden invasion. Where
You
it's
think-
happening? Tell me, please.
You think rape didn't occur in fucking Iraq
Of course
and
it did.
Afghanistan?
Now, 50, not 40, 50 years ago. Now, will they attack my country? Will you, America, Biden himself, will drive here on the fucking tank?
I'm not
Abrams,
driving
whatever
to
the fuck.
fucking kill Ukrainians. I'm anti-war. What are you talking
No.
about?
Not you, your country. Will it do it? You're saying like I should prefer. Of course I fucking prefer America. Of course I fucking prefer European Union. When human rights, I prefer democracy. I prefer institutions that work. Do they work perfectly? Of course not. They work way better.
You're setting up a false dichotomy where you're comparing being under Russian rule versus being controlled by Western imperialism. And what I would fight for, right, is that many of these areas have their own independence. I'm a fucking anarchist. I want to dissolve all these goddamn
Yes,
states.
I
Right? This
would
false
like to.
dichotomy
Would like
is
to.
you must choose
What-
that Russia owns Ukraine or that America has its influence in Ukraine.
Wait,
And what I'm
you
saying is
didn't
we should
answer
fight for
anything
fucking
else.
peace.
Okay, go ahead.
I didn't answer because
understand
it's a
what you
false
mean.
dichotomy. I
No, it's
was
not.
pointing out
You're
the illogic
comparing it.
of your
You're
question.
trying to compare fucking owning American imperialism with Russian. If compare that to that, then of course fucking people prefer the West because
I'm
you
not
seem to
comparing,
think that's
I'm not
worse.
I'm not comparing Russian imperialism owning Ukraine versus American imperialism having its deep ties and corruption within Ukraine. What I was saying is that even if you do win, right, that Western imperialism will certainly have its fucking way with you. I'm
Yes,
not
it
saying
will. Yes.
I'm not saying to compare that to the Russians taking over and owning Ukraine. I'm not advocating that we give Ukraine to Russia. I'm advocating for peace agreements.
But you do
for
understand
independence
that
for
is,
other
like,
areas.
You may not think you're advocating for that, but that is what you are advocating
result.
for.
I'm not.
That's
You're
the
fucking
result.
moderating.
That
You
will
tell
be
me
the
that I'm
result.
advocating something I'm not.
What we know what will
You're
happen,
not
right? If you throw
advocating.
something up, it will come down, right? And so when you advocate to stop funding the Ukrainian forces, military for the U.S. and NATO in the West, to stop sending material and giving training and aid to the Ukrainian troops, that the result of that will be, as non-smoker wisely pointed out, that Russia will win. And in that case, they will not be this independent state. All the things that Anna laid out will happen. But